found a really nice little dragonfly to show you how to use watercolour pencils. And these are the most amazing material because they're so versatile. You can use them for so many things. So I'm going to use a line down the middle. This is going to be my dragonfly body. And then I'm going to do 2 sets of wings either side. 1, just a sort of curve. 2, try and make them roughly the same. And then 2 smaller ones here, 1 and 2. Okay, really simple. Again, gives me a bit of confidence with what I'm doing because I've got something to work with. Having nothing is a scary thing. So just make sure you've got a little bit of something on your paper, even if it's just a little scribble. So watercolour pencils work, they're basically paint in a pencil. So they are the most amazing thing to use because they're so easy to transport around. You can use them to paint, to draw, you can use them wet, dry, lots of different ways to use them. So just use this green to create a little bit of a blob there. I'm just going to zoom in a bit so you can see very clearly what I'm doing. And the next one, I'm just going to create sort of a segmented body of this dragonfly. So I'm going to do little circles, little sort of ovals, and half of the oval I'm going to shade with the colour and half I'm not. So that's going to be how I do it. And I'm just going to sort of join them together in a string, in a line. The more you press, the more paint you're adding to your page. So try to be a little bit careful with how much you're adding in because you don't want to overwhelm your page with colour because it's actually quite strong. If you get good quality pencils, they are quite strong. So I'm just working down and going smaller each time I do it. So you can see each one is getting a little bit smaller, okay? And then I get to the end, I'm just going to do a little tail like that. And for the wings, I'm going to keep them pretty simple. I'm going to do the bottom wing, I'm going to just shade in this yellow colour. Just backwards and forwards. Again, you don't need to be particularly precise with how you do it because you can use your paint brush to sort of spread the colour around the page once you use the water. So I'm going to do green wing, yellow wings there, and I'm going to do a lighter green wing above. Really light. I'm going to just hardly press. So I'm just creating a really lovely, quick wash of colour. And then I'm going to paint that using my paintbrush and a little bit of water. Don't go too much because you'll end up it going everywhere. So I'm just going to use a little bit of water on there and you'll see how it brings those colours to life. I'm just applying that colour on the water onto the colour to make this lovely shade. And all it does, it acts as a little bit of a device to move the paint quite quickly around. Okay, so it's really simple. And then I'm going to use the water to just wash over these wings to create a nice quick colour. And the same with the yellow. And then the great thing about these is you can draw on top of what you've already done. So if I use this pencil, I can draw on top of the wet watercolour, I can draw some veins on the wings, just to make them, you know, look like dragonfly wings. If your pencil's a bit dry, you can always dip it in your water. But I'm alright because I'm using wet page here. So I'm just kind of creating these little dragonfly type shapes on there. And then I'm going to do the same with the yellow, although my paint here is dry almost. So I'm going to just dip my pencil in my water here at the side. And then I'm just going to use it to draw on some of these designs. So it's a great tool for if you want to learn how to do watercolours. It's a really simple way to use watercolour. It's a very non-threatening and fun way, okay, of using watercolour. And there's a little dragonfly. And then you can use your pencils almost like a paint box. So I've got some water on here and I'm going to use my brush here just to take a bit of the colour off my pencil. And then if I want to create a bit of a background, I just use my pencil as a bit of a portable paint box, and I can create a really nice little wash around the edge, just using a soft colour in some water, and I just sort of spread it around to create a bit of an atmosphere. So really, really simple technique that is. A nice little dragonfly, and you can keep on working that and embellishing it and making it even more strong. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Just share what you do on our Facebook Art Club, Create Art School Club, and you can see everyone else's too there, which would be lovely.